Hi Taurus, this is Sugar-Free Tarot here with the Q4 for 2023, October, November and December general energy check-in. I'm using the major arcana here of the ancient Italian tarot. Been working with this deck for about a decade or so. And I've got here the minor arcana of the Rider-Waite split into its suits. So I'm going to pull 3 with the major arcana and then clarify each of those 3 cards with 1 from each suit of the minor arcana. Everything's shuffled. Let's dive in. I'll just cut this. Okay, here we go. The Fool. Brave New World, Taurus. How wonderful. Okay. Tower in the reverse. Okay, the worst might well be behind you. Okay. And Judgment. Maybe not. Okay. Or it feels like the worst is behind you. Well, okay, all right. Position 1 in this 3-card spread that I favour is things as you see them, the situation as it appears to be. Position 3 is things as they really are, the situation as it truly is, as distinct from the situation as you perceive it. What sits in the middle in position 2 is known as the veil, what you don't see, the factor that is preventing you from existing more fully in this position 3 energy and being stuck in this kind of micro perspective of position 1. But I mean, listen, the Fool, I've got a feeling there might be a sense for you, Taurus, whereby you feel like all your defenses have gone and you're kind of naked and alone in the world. All right. This Tower here in the reverse is a really, really, really good sign for me. Something either hasn't happened that would have been catastrophic, or has happened and it was, and it's over, okay? And that's what you don't see. The worst has actually happened. The bolt from the blue has come and rocked your world, shaken your world to its foundations, and I guess that's why you're feeling like this. However, Taurus, Judgment in the final position here. There's more coming out of this situation. There's more fallout, okay, from this than you realise. And I have to say, Taurus, that position 1 being the Fool in the upright here, I really don't think this like fallout that is still falling out from this situation, whatever it was, this Tower moment, because things do change in a moment. I mean, that lightning hit. 1 minute it wasn't there, 1 second it wasn't there, and the next second it was. And everything that you held dear and thought you knew and thought you could kind of rely on in terms of, well, this is how it is, has come crashing down. But as I say, there's more to come out of this. And I don't think it's necessarily primarily to do with you, Taurus. We'll see. But, you know, there are very few situations in life that involve only the self. Very, very few. The vast majority of stuff that we do, events that happen, situations that we create and co-create are, as I say, co-created. And I think there are ripples going out from this that are really, really far-reaching, but not necessarily for you, Taurus. Because here you are out on the open road. Yeah, perhaps feeling like a bit denuded of your, the trappings of your life. But, that's what we all are all the time anyway. Especially if we've shored up our sense of self and our sense of our life in a bloody Norman watchtower here, And, you know, there's a sort of authoritarianism to this this tower here, and it's done. It's gone. It's wonderful, but it is discombobulating, I have to say. And some of this, you know, this Judgment card, where Judgment is the second to last card in the Major Arcana cycle, and it's when whatever has been gone through on the Fool's journey, because that's what the tarot is, that's what the Major Arcana is. It's the Fool's journey from 0 to 21, the world, from start to completion. This has to be gone through before we can get to completion. All the drawers of the karmic cabinet have to be pulled out, and everything has to be gone through and kind of reckoned and accounted for. And I think this goes wider than you, Taurus. But, you know, feeling discombobulated and kind of vulnerable, as it would appear that you do from these first two cards, it might be difficult to sort of pick through in a sensible way what in this process is about you and what is not about you. Let's clarify and see if we can get anything more on this. Okay, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting, very, very different, and I have to say very reassuring Pentacle card to clarify this Fool with. There's a real, in a sense, very, very sort of different energy. You know, this is all sort of like the open road and fleet of foot, and you know, everything I own is in this little knapsack over my back, and I'm sort of going forward barefoot into the world and sort of dancing down the yellow brick road, maybe. Whereas the Knight of Pentacles is very kind of slow, plodding energy. You know, this sort of inexorable progress towards one's goal. So I'm very, very happy to see this. This Knight of Pentacles earths this Fool energy here. So that's really nice. Oh man, there we go, you see? When the open road is earthed and when the setting out on a new phase is earthed, so much is possible. Ace of Wands, a whole new phase of action in the world becomes possible. Don't allow the discombobulation that comes with the Tower in reverse and the anxiety that can sometimes come with this process of judgment to kind of get you. Don't allow that to lead to you wasting this energy here. Grab new opportunities as they come, because clearly they are coming, and they're good and they're strong. Keep yourself earthed with this Knight of Pentacles energy here. Keep putting one foot in front of the other and just moving towards your goal. And perhaps this situation will just kind of have to work itself through. As I say, there's probably other people involved in this, whatever it is, for this final quarter of 2023. Because, yeah, I don't want to repeat myself, but there's very little that happens in life that concerns only the self. Very little. Let this work itself out. You keep flipping going, because opportunities abound, and they're good. They're good opportunities. Okay. Choose your words carefully, and you will have the power of you will be wielding, all right, the power of thoughts and words through this period. You have authority in what you say. You know, what you think translates into what you say. There's very little, again, very little that we say that hasn't first been run through, however quickly and subconsciously, in our mind before it pops out of our mouth. The throat chakra sits between the heart chakra and the brow chakra. And, you know, that's not for nothing that the power of self-expression, the power of expression is midway between the heart and the mind. That's not for nothing. There's great authority here available to you. The most interesting card so far for me on the table, and the card that's pulling it all together, is this Knight of Pentacles. Okay, what have we got in the cups? Yeah, fairness. It's like the minor arcana version of the Justice card from the major arcana. Fairness is really, really important in this, and a kind of very simple fairness. And you know, deep down, Taurus, we all know what's right and wrong. We all know, and it's the skewing of it and the kind of self-serving nature of the power of the human mind to interpret things this way or that sees things end up in court. Okay. That's how it works. We all know deep down what's right and what's wrong, and what you say and what you do, what opportunities you take up in this quarter, is clearly for you really, really motivated by a sense of fair play and kind of, you know, playground, schoolyard justice. I mean, some pretty brutal things go on in schoolyards, but there is also, and playgrounds as we call them in the UK, but, you know, there is also a very, very simple kind of sense of what's right and what's wrong. And we all know that down in our gut. So trust your gut on this matter and just keep going, Taurus. This is you, really. This is a very Taurian card, the Knight of Pentacles. It's slow, it's steady, it doesn't get sort of blown off course. You would have a real job of work distracting that horse and getting that knight to put down that pentacle to look at something like way, way, way more interesting. It's not going to happen, man. He's got his mission, he's on his mission, and he will not be distracted from it. And that's a very, very earthy Taurian energy. Right, let's pull on this tower. I'm very interested in this. I want to get a little bit more. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. I don't take reversals in this minor arcana clarification, by the way. Seven of Pentacles, yeah. This was inevitable. All right, this tower has fallen like a ripe fruit from a flipping tree. All right, the time was right for this, and that's another reason to not feel too discombobulated and too worried about this, and to keep yourself earthed. This falling of the tower, and I am saying that it is now that it is something that has already occurred. It's over, and that's why it's in the reverse here. The time was ripe for it. The time was ripe. It reminds me of a really lovely Vedic prayer, yogic prayer to Shiva. Okay, and this prayer is called the Triambakam. And I learned this prayer when I was on a pranayama retreat a few years ago. I'm a Buddhist, by the way, a daily practitioner of mantra chanting, pranayama, yoga breathing, and silent meditation. And there's this wonderful line in the translation of this Triambakam prayer to Shiva, where it says, it speaks of the inevitable separation of body and soul at the time of death, basically. And it's saying, please separate my body and soul in as peaceful and easy a way as it is to pick a ripe cucumber from the plant. You know, when the time is right for something to break apart, when the time is right, it just goes click, like that. You don't have to tug at it. You don't have to push it. You don't have to sort of use any specialist equipment. You just put your hand under it and go like that, and it's off the branch. And that's how this has happened, which is another good reason to keep yourself earthed. The time was right. Okay? It was a natural harvest. Whatever this was for you, dear Taurus. Okay, so we've moved from the Ace of Wands here to the Three of Wands. The road is open, and the road is open here in the Fool card as well. The key thing here, what's emerging from this so far, is that it's your own kind of grit here in the Knight of Pentacles that is going to serve you the best in this situation. Let's keep going. But opportunities abound. And here we see this dude, he's holding the Ace of Wands, and he's got 2 more wands available to him. You know, and he's out in the open. The action has started, and he's still holding on to that Ace of Wands, and rightly so. So there's wonderful energy of opportunity and forward motion here in terms of actions in the world. Really great. Okay, Three of Swords and 10 of Cups. Goodness me. Okay. I think there might be, I'm saying the conjunction of this King of Swords and this Three of Swords, there might be some things that need to be said in certain quarters, Taurus. And, you know, endowed with the power of discerning thought and speech here in the King of Swords, endowed with that discernment and that kind of kindness. Do you remember I talked about this fair play here in the Six of Cups? This kind of, you know, treating the situation as if you were sort of trying to explain something to a somewhat distraught child. Okay, you've got to choose your words really carefully in order to not like set off or add to the sort of tantrum energy. But the presence of the Three of Swords there is suggesting to me that there might be some kind of one-on-one heartbreaking kind of stuff that needs to be talked through, or not necessarily even necessarily talked through, but just expressed. And that either makes it possible to move into 10 of Cups energy, or perhaps this was about 10 of Cups energy. Perhaps this falling tower was about the dream of the happily ever after. This very innocent kind of feeling here of like the childhood sweethearts and the playground, the schoolyard justice energy, fair play. And this 10 of Cups here. Here are the 2 kids again, you see. I'm going to come back to this because I've got a feeling that this Three of Swords, as I say, might be about the loss of, and this tower might be about the loss of the dream of somewhere over the rainbow with the 10 of Cups. All the more reason, Taurus, to keep yourself earthed. All the more reason. And I really do feel that this Ace of Wands and this Three of Wands here is really kind of future-based. And it's a new direction. It's away from this like past energy here. In any case, choosing your words wisely is usually a good move. Okay, especially if we're dealing with the matter of heartbreak and the loss of the dream of the happily ever after. Right, let's have a look at this Judgment. Okay, well, that's 2 aces we've got on the table now. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Something really wonderful can come for you from this, Taurus, if you keep yourself earthed. And keep yourself earthed in this. I mean, children know so much more about what's right and wrong than adults do. You know, adults are full of subtleties, and, you know, if you look at it this way or if you look at it that way and from this perspective and that perspective, children just know that's wrong, that's bad, that's naughty, that's not nice. Okay, end of. They just know. That perhaps is the Ace of Pentacles for you in this situation. And that kind of simple gut level awareness of right and wrong and just and unjust is in itself extremely earthing here. There could be some major wins for you, but I do wonder, Taurus, whether some of the upshots of this judgment process, as I said, you know, this is not just about you. Very, very little is. There might be some unexpected upshots from this that really, really benefit you. And that's another thing to keep your eye open for here in the Ace of Wands. Big wins possible. Right, we've got the Knight of Wands. Okay, very different energy from this sort of discernment around thoughts and words. The Knight of Wands is generally seen as some sort of messenger. I'm not seeing it that way today. I'm seeing these opportunities, as I told you about here in the Ace of Wands and the Three of Wands, come in very quickly. And what I'm seeing in this dude today is that it's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult to actually get the message from him, to actually see what he's brought with him, because there's so much sort of fluttering stuff around him. And, you know, by the time he finally gets there to deliver the message or to sort of serve up the goods in terms of the opportunities coming your way, and there's the opportunities for action for you, Taurus, by the time he gets there, he's sort of a bit out of breath. The horse is a bit knackered, and he's sort of speaking like because you can't hear him because of this helmet. And keep your eye open, keep your eye on the prize, keep your eyes peeled in terms of spotting these opportunities, because they might come with a load of fluff around them, all right? And they might come quickly. There'll be a window, and then the window shuts. And if you are kind of mesmerized by the fluttering feathers and the general sort of performance of all this, you might miss the window. So do be aware of that. Keep yourself earthed. That's what I'm going to call this reading. Keep yourself earthed. Okay, Two of Swords. Do you speak? Do you not speak? Do you say yes? Do you say no? I would say rather in this reading, this is about saying nothing. It's about saying nothing and turning a blind eye. She's blindfolded, mate. Turning a blind eye to the wider ramifications of this judgment energy here. As I say, there can be fallout for others in this. It's not your business to comment upon it. You know, let other people who perhaps like effed around a bit in this situation and are now regretting it, judgment, let them work it out for themselves. It is not your place to speak on the fate of others, says the tarot card reader. Oh dear. And Two of Cups. Yeah. Keep it clean, folks. Keep it clean. And, you know, this is about fairness as well as this Six of Cups here. And this, we've got a gift being given here. And we've got an exchange of gifts here. So this situation is not simply about how it affects you and what the upshots and what the kind of consequences could be for you, Taurus. It's about how it affects your connections with other people. And you know, no matter what you might think about the actions of others in any given situation that has, you know, been kind of informative on the falling of this tower, and is kind of starting to all come out of the woodwork here in the Judgment card. Whatever you think about it, it is really never helpful when somebody sort of goes, oh God, I didn't realise that was going to happen and how it was going to affect me and blah, 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 blah. If you turn around and go, well, yeah, you know, if you'd been more careful, or if you'd put that investment in there instead, or if you hadn't opened that letter when you shouldn't have really done, none of this would have happened to you. Really unhelpful. Really, really, really unhelpful. Keep it clean. Keep it fair. If it doesn't directly affect you, turn a blind eye and keep stum on it. Choose your words carefully. There is pain here. There is loss. At least the loss of a dream here. So keep it clean, keep it grounded, keep it earthed, and understand that however this whole situation affects other people, which it clearly does, there but for the grace of God go us all, Taurus. Keep yourself earthed, keep it fair, keep it kind of democratic, I would say. Know when to speak and when to not say anything at all, and keep your eye on these opportunities, because the time, Seven of Pentacles, is correct. And one of those great big pentacly pumpkins there is exactly the same as this great big pentacly pumpkin here. It's going to be absolutely delicious. End of October. I think this might resonate for you. Dear Taurus. Right, I'm going to leave that there. I've lectured you long enough. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.